Hey everybody, this is Songshi, and Retro is kind of a little, I guess, celebratory with his latest video, Part 2, by the way. And you're pretty weird looking for a lawyer. Yes, I get that often. Mr. Craig, real names, YouTube drug code name thingamajiggies. Didn't think it could have got loaded. Dude's actually late when you give him like enough SF time. Figures. Just let him know he has a summons to do a retro review with Jennifer Walters of her law offices, both in the comics nowadays and the new She-Hulk show on Disney+. Yeah. Also, are we gonna be in that new D23 stuff? Am I getting a sequel soon? Anything new? Am I gonna be like in What If or whatever? All in good time, I guess. I don't really know. Oh, and I have another extra credit in case he sobers up. Yeah, me! Okay, when you get your shit together, Retro. Oh, what do you want, Kane? Yeah, you gotta go find Ben, because Dark Web is happening soon. The stupid above-average horror movie? Or no! The one with him and Madeline Pryor, who was apparently a Hellfire Club alumni, and says it's like your thing being with the X-Men now, so I don't know, check that out when you can. Wait, hang on. Laura, who the hell's Madeline Pryor? Don't even mention it. She's definitely a member of the club, and yeah, Magic's getting on it. And Emma, alright, thanks. Alright, let me try to support. Oh, shit. Look, I'm not saying there was a cure-all from where I was, my backstory-wise, but, you know, Wait, is this like a Jackie Chan Adventure Rules thing? Yeah, that's what I thought too, right? Okay. Ow! Okay, it's no breathing techniques, but it'll do. You okay there, Sean? Yeah, starting to see why everyone likes not getting face planted on this thing. That's really it for the summons. You just need me to do a retro review of what in particular that Jen would make. Oh, God. It's Ang Lee's Hulk, isn't it? Oh, no. It's Ed Norton's Hulk. Oh, as in, wait, is that Incredible Hulk? That's like an early Phase 1 movie. I'm amazed that even counts. Yeah, it technically does. Anyway, hey everybody, this is Retrokid Reviews doing of my namesake retro review of an early Phase 1 movie that I can't believe I never got around to reviewing when the channel was new, but anyway, here we are. So, in honor of the obvious success that She-Hulk has been getting the last couple of weeks, and probably a lot more coming soon, whenever, yes, I arrive. Also, I have to leave. Wait, you're not gonna be here for the whole review? Frank's kind of MIA, and the hand's kind of looking for him. Oh no, he realized it was a cult. Yeah, we've been bragging about it on our group chat for weeks. How do we even read the group chat? I don't know. Audio? Right. ASL. Was that did you even teleport? No, not really. It's a whole thing with this new armor. Yeah, why are you in the yellow again? You'll know soon in the show, hopefully. Okay, thanks. Right, so let's get to the most obvious elephant out of the room when it comes to this movie. Why is Edward Norton not basically Mark Ruffalo's Hulk for the majority of the MCU? There's a lot of production reasons, a lot of copyright reasons when it comes to Universal that was doing this during early Phase 1 back in 2008, but the real reason why is he's kind of sort of a perfectionist, like a few actors are, and I don't want to name names because, let's be honest, some of them make sense, some of them are like, wow, really? So that's mainly another reason why. Another reason why Hulk never really had a proper next movie or a sequel in general is because in this movie's case, it's technically canon to the Ang Lee Hulk. Yeah, they basically speedrun 5 years and just basically used like an opening montage like, I guess the 70s TV series at the time. Yeah, I did technically talk about the 70s TV show lightly in my, I guess, unofficial retro review of Bill Bixby, I guess, direct-to-video movies at the time. So, card there if I can find it. It was when Daredevil was coming out back in the day. So, I guess going full circle when it comes to legal stuff and Hulks. Yeah, the biggest thing that came out of this movie years later is that it got referenced again in What If, one of those episodes I forgot to mention. This one in particular was basically what if Hulk was, or the first wave of Avengers were mysteriously assassinated by, I guess, a proto Ant-Man. Again, if you remember Ant-Man's movies, you know which one I'm talking about. Hank Pym, I think it was. So, that being said, The biggest draw that is pretty interesting out of the whole casting before we get to the main movie itself is Lake Bell's Betty Ross, which, again, another thing as far as, like, early MCU Hulk is concerned when it comes to pulls from this movie was mainly the campus scene when it comes to that, to the big action scenes from that. Obviously, Tim Roth now for Abomination, and more prevalently, Lake Bell getting recasted into being Betty for this episode. Again, I don't know much about her filmography-wise. I know she is a, mainstay character actress, but it would be pretty cool to see her show up in She-Hulk or any other Hulk stuff later down the road as, like, their version of Betty, because she wasn't really used after Phase 1, because I guess everyone got tired of her and Bruce's romance in this movie. And speaking of Bruce, the other guy in the room, yeah, his Hulk at the time, it's better than the Ainley Hulk. If you ever want to know what that CG insanity was like, go to, like, my cards at the final fight where he was fighting, like, a blob monster that ended up being his abusive dad. Yeah, Ainley's Hulk's weird, guys. I'm just saying. Not as weird as this. Yeah, you can tell by leaps and bounds that the CG has clearly changed in the 14 years since this movie came out, and the whole good news I can say about it is that the definition of, like, his abs and stuff is okay. It's way too veiny, trying to be more of a, like, I guess, not comic accurate Hulk, but more of, like, a World War Hulk, already aggro, ragier than usual Hulk, I guess, to prove that he's more, like, offensive than defensive than he was in the Ang Lee movie at the time. Again, I could be wrong. One other thing, since we're going to be here, and this is going to be a short retro review because Phase 1-wise, you're not missing much. At the end of the movie, it did what, I think this was the first, like, post-creds that basically set up Avengers, because, yeah, Tony does show up at the end of the movie, and I'm not kidding when I say this, the post-cred for that has way more energy than literally everyone in this movie. I'm not saying this is, like, the Phase 1 equivalent of Eternals, but pretty much, if you know what you're talking about when it comes to retrospecting this movie, myself included. Yeah, so the big two set pieces as far as action goes was the campus fight and the fight of the Apollo. Yeah, the fight of the Apollo has more to go with, and there is about a good hour and a half lead up into that fight. In between that, Abomination's Tim Roth is pretty much got a really dumb backstory to why he turns into the Abomination. He's basically aged out, like, PMC soldier that just wants to stay in the field as long as he can. And I think early casting said Wade Winstone was more penned for that role. And seeing these CG designs here, I could kind of see it make up just fine. However, I will say, since we got Sean here, yeah, his CG and his monster designs look way better. And speaking of She-Hulk, I have to go find one because that Fight Club footage just leaked out. Oh shit, really? Yeah. So you got the wrestlers, right? But what about, like, magic shit to just use Pepto or whatever and, like, aspirins and shit? Also, yeah, congrats to your new views for that what scene? One musical scene card above. It was actually very helpful, and thank you again, Native Movies audience, for exposing, well, showing my channel and seeing what I could do. And to anybody, and of the new subscribers I got, hi, how are you? So, you're good, right? Yeah. Oh shit, hey, wrong. Freaking sling rings. Sorry. So, ultimately, when it comes to this movie, it's definitely stuck in Phase 1. More importantly, it's definitely stuck in 2008. I guess since an obvious comparison, Dark Knight also came out this same year, is virtually timeless. Like, you can basically, like, headcanon all the flip phones you see in that movie is, like, I don't know, burner phones or whatever. Here, though, in the campus fight, like I said earlier, they're using flip phones out, like it's basically blowing up smartphones nowadays to get cell phone footage and stuff, which was starting to become a thing by the late 2000s, but the video quality is not as, like, crisp as you're seeing here on my phone, filming all these figures. So, yeah, times have definitely changed in the last nearly 15 years of this movie. As for the plot itself, it's mostly Hulk trying to, like, scavenge his blood away from the government and then ultimately turning into monsters and stuff like that. And I forgot the guy's name. He's another character actor that might be the leader if Universal lets them have more free reign with the character. And yeah, early reports said that I think off the back of the success of She-Hulk, you might be seeing a World War Hulk movie down the road. Maybe Universal's, like, loosening their restraint on the copyright and honestly, in Hulk's case, that would be pretty cool. As far as, like, a IP goes, there wasn't really much that they could fight off of, and they could basically take the guest appearances on every Avengers movie and Ragnarok just fine. And, yeah, it is pretty rough to see this CG 14 years later, but then again, like I said, with most Hulks these days, like in Mark Ruffalo's case, you could tell, like that was like a 5-year difference, and you could tell, no, not even like 2-3 years with the Disney budget. Yeah, the CG team was way better here. Even in, obviously, this What If episode, you could tell, like, even the character design got more akin to looking like Mark's instead of Edward Norton's. And, I mean, I know Edward Norton was a bit of a perfectionist in this movie, but you can tell he was basically a borderline fan of the 70s series, not really of the comics. Because I think the kids in the cell phone footage, I could be wrong, I might have got the cameo or, like, the Easter egg off, but I think that was McGee, who was the journalist that was following him in the 70s TV show. Again, let me know in the comments if I'm right about that. Ultimately, should you see this movie 14 years later? Honestly, you could take it or leave it. It's if you're morbidly curious and you have a HBO subscription that still works and still has this on their streaming service until Zazzle realizes, wait, we have Marvel properties here? What the hell are we doing with it? Stuff like that aside, like I said, if you're morbidly curious, I give it a chance. Since this is now a technical count as a retro review, I won't be doing final ratings because this is very early Phase 1 Marvel, and I didn't really have a rating system until now. So, with that all being said, I don't know, pick it up if you want. Check it out if you want. Honestly, it's very jarring to see how much has changed in Ruffalo's version of the character in the last 14 years when you go back to this. And definitely in the CG department-wise, yeah, all those complaints about She-Hulk's CG pale in comparison to what we had to put up with in 08. Yeah, Tatiana Maslany is definitely getting the better CG compared to, like, Edward Norton at the time, so... My hot takes aside, what did you think of this retro review of The Incredible Hulk? And if you want me to do any more micro reviews like this to be in, I guess, tie-in with the current episodes of She-Hulk that's coming out, like I said in the original review for that card too, I guess final cards here, I will be doing a full season review, probably with the end of the year stuff, so that will be the case there. With that all being said, I am Retrokid Reviews. Hope the hell you learned anything out of this retro review. And Chris finally coming up to my not at all haggard-looking ass from getting a decent win for a video for a change here on my one musical scene with Power Rangers Turbo. Speaking of She-Hulk, go to the short playlist here for future shorts. I forgot to do a short for the upcoming Power Rangers team. I'll talk more about that in the new shorts, probably later this week. So that all being said, oh, and gear here, obviously, to sub to the channel, notification bell down below for more Marvel-related content, and more importantly, Hulk and or She-Hulk-related content. So that all being said, I am Retrokid Reviews, and, okay, where the hell did everybody go? Kane, you here?